Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited for today's video. I have an awesome guest with us. So as you know, I am about to release my book, Don't Settle, Fear Less, see it right there in the back, which is an interactive guide to conquering fear and living authentically. So as you guys can see, and I'll insert a picture of the type of the cover of the book. This illustration, not only of the front cover, but the entire book was done by Cheyenne Sookoo. And I have her with me here today, and I'm super excited. So we're going to just talk a little bit about who she is, what she does, her contribution to the book, and so much more. So everyone, welcome Miss Cheyenne Sookoo. Add a little
Hi. So again, my name is Cheyenne, and I am a Brooklyn-based freelance multidisciplinary artist. I'm the founder and creative director of Paints By Chey, which is an independent art business that's devoted to custom paintings, logos, and I also do customized painted clothing. Honestly, dabble in anything creative, and I also teach painting classes too. And so yeah, that's what I do.
Awesome. So just for like a little background, Cheyenne and I met in 2018 and we met at work. She was at career day at my job and the students loved her. I instantly was in love with her work and personality. It was just really great connection. And ever since then, we've just been working together. So tell us a little bit about when and how you got into painting.
Well, visual arts has always been my outlet since a very young age. Starting my artistic journey in 2014, the desire to create soon became an unyielding obligation to myself to explore like the inner mechanism of my creative consciousness. And my grandmother, my grandfather and my mother were very big influences into honing my creativity. And I also decided I didn't want to work a 9 to 5 and I wanted to be my own boss. So yeah, here we are 7 years later.
So I love your portfolio, guys. You have to check out her website, check out her Instagram. Her work is really amazing, and you can see some of her work in the background. So everything that you're seeing in her background here on Zoom, that's all her work. That's everything she's done. So you have a lot of awesome, drawings, paintings, illustrations. Which one is your favorite? Do you have a favorite um, painting from your portfolio?
That's hard. I feel for me currently it's between two pieces because they're both really delicate topics that have been a reoccurring theme in my life, and I tried to visually represent this struggles to help me get through it. So the first one I would say is the one where it represents me pulling my heart out and giving it to other things than myself. The plants represent growth and healing, but I couldn't let the process finish because I kept stopping it. Yeah, at major points in my life where I needed to focus on myself and my growth and my relationship with my God, I always gave my heart to the wrong things and to the wrong people, pouring too much into the wrong cup, essentially. When I needed to be healing, I got lost in my art, gave my heart to people I shouldn't have, having identity crises, going through heartbreak. It always brought me back to square one and no progress. My spirituality, my mental health, my emotional health was all at rock bottom. So I keep this painting in my bedroom above my bed as a reminder. Stop ripping my heart out in a vital stage of this healing, this very vulnerable state of my life. So yeah, art has literally saved me. And then this other one, it's actually right behind me. We'll insert another picture of it so you could see it. But Jeremiah 17:9 says that the heart is more treacherous than anything else and is desperate. Who can know it? And Paul expressed about himself, miserable man that I am. And we all have struggled with wanting to do what was logically best for ourselves, but wanting to be led emotionally by our heart and desires. We have a struggle within that flesh and that spirit, warring between our consciousness, the spiritual man versus the physical man. So I tried to represent that push and pull with the brain and the heart pulling against each other, because reds and pinks are the colors of desire and passion and love, whereas blue is represents level-headedness and critical thinking and logic. So that's how I tried to visually represent it. So I feel like those two are my favorites.
You spoke about previously, it painting being an outlet for you, and especially when you were going through a lot in your mental health and just your spiritual journey. And as a creative, it can be difficult. I think sometimes we look at people who are creative and we're just like they can just easily produce, right? Which may be true to a certain extent. But then there are times when we come across obstacles and we kind of get, hit that bump in the road. So how do you personally overcome a creative block?
Well, I actually just try to take breaks from the actual creation process itself and not force myself. Art is very taxing mentally, emotionally, and physically, especially when you put yourself into the work. When the art is forced, you can tell. And so I try to change scenery, go outside, listen to some music, write. I write a lot of poetry. I create mood boards and just don't do art. It'll come in time. Sometimes it takes weeks, months. One time I remember it took me a year, and that's okay. It is okay. But to help me get back in the groove, I'm actually mainly inspired by the greatest artist in the universe, my God, Jehovah. And the glory of his creation in this majestic universe is essentially the backbone of all my creations.
Awesome. I love that. So again, I was very, very happy. I'm very happy, very excited that you were able to contribute to my book, Don't Settle, Fear Less. And guys, let me tell you, Cheyenne is the most patient. There would be times where I just like change my mind. I'm like, actually, this is what I want. And it was never a problem. Super flexible, super professional. And like, it was just an awesome time working with you throughout this process. And I'm curious, I know I asked you earlier what your favorite painting is from your personal portfolio, but I wanted to know what is your favorite, because you did a lot of amazing illustrations in this book.
Yeah.
What is your favorite illustration from the book?
I feel like it has to be the girl with the yellow black background and the plants.
There's an image here somewhere.
Yeah, I just feel like visually I captured her joy and her smile. I love how I blended her skin, and I love that one the most. Yeah.
That's actually my favorite one too, for sure. So going back to the book, you are one of three people who have basically read the book in its entirety. So I want to know, what are your thoughts or major takeaways from reading what you read in my book?
Girl, my takeaway is that this is on my list of one of the best books I've read. Like, you captured every single emotion, worry, along with a solution to common issues that we all face. And you made it so relatable. And it's so funny. I remember texting you and saying, like, every chapter that you sent me along the way for this past year, for some reason, it like coincided with events in my life and helped me during those little trials that I was facing, to help me understand things better, work through it. And then when also I was formatting those little journal prompts, I was like just subconsciously, mentally digging deeper and working through it myself. And I'm just like really thankful and grateful for you to even put this out there so other women can benefit from this. And it's so healing and comforting to know that, I'm not alone. And even though deep down we may know the answer to a specific problem, this book just kind of like solidifies what we have to do. You really need somebody else to tell you, all right, this is how it is. So yeah, just get the book. You won't be disappointed.
I heard it here first, man. But no, I really do appreciate that. And a big part for me, and I've told you this so many times, is that I really wanted, we live in a day and age where we're visual creatures, right? We like videos, we like listening to things, and sometimes we don't want to read. And so I think you really help bring the vision to life with the illustrations. And yeah, so I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So the last question that I want to ask you, it goes back to the overall theme of the book. And the question is, what would you say to any young girl or any young woman who may be settling in any aspect of their life due to fear?
The thing is, fear is a natural and powerful and ingrained human emotion. It's an imperfect trait because we are imperfect beings. So it's inevitable to experience it. However, we can control it to an extent in certain situations. Too much of it is debilitating and can make us shrink back and make decisions that aren't best for us spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and even physically, holding us back from being better versions of ourselves. So I would say just dig deeper into the root of that fear. And then when you heal that part of yourself, you'll
Yeah.
be released from those shackles around your thoughts. And you're going to see how you're just going to blossom into something greater than you've ever imagined.
Awesome. I love that. Cheyenne, thank you so much for doing this Q&A with me. And where can people find you on social media, your work, your website?
So my main platform is Paints by Chey. Um, so instead of right here. And my website, you can also book me through that, CheyenneSookoo.art.
Awesome. Yes. Cheyenne, thank you so much again. You guys will definitely see more of her on my channel. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Please follow her on Instagram and also on her website. I want to thank you all for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.